This is Ray Grosswirth, married priest from Rochester, New York. I am here today to recommend a film to you that will be arriving in your respective cities this month. The name of the film is Doubt, and it is based on an award-winning play. You can't go wrong with the film for two reasons. First of all, it has a stellar cast, including Meryl Streep, Philip Seymour Hoffman, and Amy Adams. And secondly, it brings about an issue that has been plaguing the Roman Catholic Church since 2002, namely the sexual abuse crisis. The film Doubt, and indeed the play, does not provide a simple answer. You will walk out of the film asking two questions. One, was the priest guilty as charged? Secondly, if he was guilty, was there a cover-up? I want to take this opportunity to thank canon lawyer Tom Doyle for all the work that he's done on the sexual abuse crisis. Back in 1982, he was working at the Vatican as a canon lawyer when stories of sexual abuse throughout the world began to surface. Tom, as dedicated as he is, tried to call this to the attention of Vatican officials. Rather than thanking him for the information and doing something about it, they dismissed Tom from his position for the simple reason that he refused to be quiet. Consequently, due in large part to the secrecy that is commonplace amongst the Vatican, reports of sexual abuse went unnoticed by the media and the public at large until 2002, when the Boston Globe broke a horrific story that sent shockwaves throughout the country. Soon afterward, more cases of sexual abuse began to appear in just about every diocese in the Roman Catholic Church. I am very pleased with all the work that has been done by a group called Voice of the Faithful. They originally organized in Boston when the scandal broke, and they currently have chapters throughout the United States. I was a little critical of them in the initial stages because they were unwilling to take on the issue of priestly celibacy. However, I am very pleased that within the past year, they have indeed looked at this issue, and they've come to realize, as do many of us who have been working diligently in the Reform movement, that optional celibacy would create a healthier sexual environment at large for those who minister to God's people. It was disturbing for me to see that the Vatican tried to sweep this crisis under the carpet by simply stating that offending priests were gay, and therefore a gay person could not become a priest. If their assertion was true, we would have seen many more cases of sexual abuse. It is estimated that perhaps 1/3 of our priests are gay. and I stand by these good people as good and dedicated priests. Therefore, I have been very vocal about the scapegoating that has taken place. My charge is that priests who have abused are disturbed individuals who were able to hide behind the veil of secrecy brought about in large part by the mandatory celibacy policy that has existed since 1139. To the credit of bishops, they have recommended the movie Doubt because the story brings out some important issues and questions. I am also thankful that U.S. bishops have enacted policies that are designed to protect children from further abuse. The policies are by no means perfect. For example, if a priest is now accused, he is immediately removed from his ministry and turned over to the police. Naturally, if a priest is guilty, he deserves to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. However, if an innocent priest is falsely accused and later exonerated, he returns to a parish with a cloud hanging over his head. Therefore, while I support the policies of the bishops, I also support organizations such as Justice for Priests and Deacons. Just as in the case of average citizens, it is my hope that priests who are accused will not be denied their rights under the law. The sexual abuse crisis is by no means over. Lawsuits have yet to be settled, and new cases continue to come forth. My pitch in this particular crisis is for a healthier sexual climate amongst the priesthood. And this will only occur if the Roman Catholic hierarchy carefully looks at the possibilities envisioned with a policy of optional celibacy as opposed to mandatory celibacy. Let us pray for a church that is both more compassionate and more inclusive.